Welcome to Off Topic. I'm today's guest, Cameron, and one time I got my Croc stuck in an escalator at Dick's. Anyways, I'm joined today by your hosts, Ava and Chasby. Today we are talking about theater.
Theater.
The theater.
See, I don't know much about theater.
That's true.
I'm
Me and Chasby
for
are
a
kinda-
theater kid, I don't know a whole lot about theater.
Wow. I know a general amount about theater.
I know a good I know probably more than the average person.
I mean,
but
you've
I don't
participated
know,
in more shows.
I don't know a good deal about
I
it.
watched Hamilton once.
Yes.
You know,
We've all
so
watched
have I,
Hamilton
so have I.
one
I
time.
haven't
No,
watched
I
it
listened-
live, only the Disney Plus recording.
Facts.
That's true. I watched a bootleg version of Heathers on YouTube too.
Okay, that
So
counts.
that's the extent of my
Heathers
theater
is a very
knowledge.
interesting show.
I love Heathers.
I've
Facts.
seen a few musicals in person, and they're off-Broadway run.
Oh no,
true.
I did see The Lion King when I was 8.
Oh, same.
I
I,
saw
think
The Lion
everybody
King
did.
when
I
I
feel
was
like
8.
I think
That
everyone's
and
seen The
Wicked.
Lion King.
Wicked?
I didn't see
saw
Wicked.
Mary
No, I did see
Poppins.
Wicked.
You didn't see
no,
Wicked?
wait, when did you see Wicked? Because were we in the same theater at the same time?
I was like 9 or 10.
Same?
Okay. The theater downtown.
Is it the one where the person threw up in the back?
No, but that
Okay,
probably
that
made
might-
it interesting. Which part did they throw up at?
Oh, it was after.
Oh, that would have been awesome if it was during. Wicked is a very interesting show.
Wicked is so good.
Should we explain what
I
Wicked
love
is about?
Wicked.
Because I don't know how to like. Kind of.
Oh yeah, what is your guys' favorite musical?
Okay. Oh, that's difficult. I gotta say Dear Evan Hansen. That's like my first.
Really?
That's my first like Broadway experience was seeing Dear Evan Hansen, and it
Rent.
was okay. Rent is a classic. Rent is a very classic.
My favorites. Does Phantom of the Opera count as a musical?
Oh,
Yeah, it
Okay.
does. It kinda
I didn't know
does.
if it's. It
Wasn't
kind
it
of
also
dances the
a
line
movie?
between like live performance versus
yeah.
just a like musical.
Right.
No,
right.
but-
I think it counts. I think you could count it.
Rent is definitely
So
a
they're
classic.
Phantom of the Opera or Heathers.
Heathers is also a classic. I know that there's been some debate because like didn't we want to do Heathers one time for the school musical?
That would not have gone
think
well.
so.
Like we were thinking of like the PG version.
How do you make a
Right.
PG Heathers?
Exactly,
What if there was
that's
a
what I'm
heroin
wondering.
I'm
addict?
sure they have like a Heather's Junior or something.
They could be. Yeah, no, that would be
Addicted
kind of
to
hard.
Sugar.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could be addicted to something else.
Caffeine, maybe. That's
Doesn't
accurate
Heather
for high
McNamara
schoolers.
almost overdose?
No, that song from Heathers is always in my head, like the Freeze Your
Lifeboat?
Brain.
Oh, I love
That
Freeze-
one, Freeze Your
Brain.
Brain. Anyways, we're gonna sing the whole time.
Yeah,
on this
have fun.
podcast.
This episode is a musical.
Tricked. Oh my god.
Jokes.
Yes.
Jokes. I can't
Insert
sing.
random musical number here.
Insert random. Hey guys.
I did take chorus for 1 year.
Oh, I remember that. And
How
I
did
took
that
band,
go?
which was.
I took band all of
Oh
middle
yeah,
school.
you did take band. I forgot
I
about
love
that.
band. I just
You were percussion.
I was percussion.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of middle school,
still
this
mess
is your
around with the
second
drums.
episode.
Oh yeah.
It's true, it is, and I
It
totally
is.
forgot.
From the
And I
middle
felt
school
super bad
episode.
about
It's
that.
okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, as I said,
Chasby was
I
like, "It's your
forget-
first
I'm not-
episode." And I'm like,
I
I was
like,
here
wait.
before, but okay.
Well, that was my fault. I felt
No.
super bad. 'cause,
Middle
like,
school was a good episode.
I know we only have like
Oh,
20 episodes.
that's true.
But for some reason, I cannot remember for the life of me.
Yeah.
All the themes that we've done and all the guests that we've
Yeah.
had.
No.
It's-
that's
they
what
all
I'm
just
saying.
kinda, like-
Your
They all
podcast
just
is just
amalgamate.
so
Yeah.
popular
Yeah.
that it's like you don't even remember what you did anymore. That's okay.
To be fair to us, we also did a whole bunch of other stuff. Like we did off
Yeah,
topic.
that's true.
and
We had like a lot
off-topic
going
gaming.
on.
Oh.
And we're gonna focus on this season and just get this season done.
Yeah.
And then
we'll
do
work
everything
on, like,
else.
If we want to continue with
That's
off-topic
true.
gaming, or if we want to do more of off-topic, we'll do
Just be
it
more
after
memorable,
the season.
Cameron.
Yeah.
This is what we're trying to say.
Yes. Okay.
If we don't remember you, then you
facts.
sucked.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
Jokes.
No, it's okay.
That episode was
No,
good.
we could literally talk about middle school.
I just
theater.
remember
I
having.
thought about that.
I just remember having to edit it for like 3 hours.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, because we swore too many times, I think. Or was that we used too many names of like
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
used
used to
like
make
yeah,
all of
because
our
it was
teachers' names.
middle school, so we kept saying teachers' names. Pretty sure we
So I had to go through and be like,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, we can't do that. But yeah.
Oh, this person
Middle
totally
school
doesn't
theater
want their
was
voice
like-
on the internet.
Yeah.
This person
True.
doesn't. We don't have permission from this
No.
person.
Middle school theater was like the first time that I got into theater, I think, whenever I took it. So,
Yeah.
wasn't it in the wheel? It was in the wheel.
It was in the wheel. So
I
that's why
forgot
did-
about the
that's why-
wheel.
So the wheel.
Did you take theater in the wheel?
No.
For wheel, I don't know
What
if
is
we
the
explained
wheel?
the wheel in our middle school episode,
jeez.
but basically it was at our school, if you
Yeah.
weren't sure what electives you wanted to take outside of curriculars, or like your normal curriculars like math, science,
Yeah.
English, etc., history, you could join the wheel, which is where it randomly assigned you an elective for every quarter, so you got to try a new elective each quarter. and theater was one of them. And
Yeah,
that's the only
theater
reason I
was like
didn't-
my second one because
Yeah.
Mr. Dang it, sorry.
Already.
Yeah,
What are we,
no.
like 5
One
minutes into
down.
this
That's
episode?
a sample, just
That's
saying.
okay. I have to go through it anyway.
That's okay. No,
Or
but
50
middle school
approximately.
theater was when I got into it because especially when we started doing like the warm ups. I don't know if you took. Yeah, you didn't take the wheel, but like you remember
No, I didn't.
what were some of the popular warm ups that
I
kids
didn't
liked?
take the wheel either.
I did which was like a class.
Are we allowed to say that? Is that like
Oh,
an
no.
our school
Oh,
only
no.
thing? No, I
Maybe.
don't think so
I don't
because you
think
guys
so.
had like
Yeah.
countrywide competitions, right?
Yeah, but I don't know that it was called the same thing.
Okay.
Maybe we should bleep it, maybe not. But anyway, it's
I'll figure it
was,
out.
yeah, it was
We'll
like
look
it was
at
like
it.
supposed to be like a special class for kids that were identified as quote unquote gifted in elementary school.
Yeah,
I was offered to take tag and then I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I liked tag when I took it. I didn't like it well enough to continue taking it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, nothing against the teacher, nothing against the class itself. I thought it was a cool class. It just
it's kind of your opposite of like
I wanted
theater.
to. I wanted
'Cause
to.
you
I
wanted to keep going
take
to theater.
and so in 6th grade, as I said, I didn't take theater
yeah,
because
took
I didn't
tag.
take the wheel. I took tag and band.
that's true.
But then in 7th grade, I saw that theater was an option as a year-round class, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna
but
take
theater like kind of opened up our minds
And
a
yeah,
little bit.
and then I got into theater, and I took it in 8th grade, and now 9th grade
course.
and 10th. It has been my
I did 6th, 7th, and 8th.
It's
Well,
been-
because I had it in the wheel. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
So, yeah.
so
I did take it.
technically,
Yeah. It was very fun. It was an interesting class. It was just an interesting group of people. I feel like,
Yeah, I agree.
like
I think that- I think
even
the group
theater
of
in high
people
school
helps
is
it
just like literally the group of people. It's just so like we're all
As
very
I said
weird
on the theater
and
group
very
chat-
different.
as I
Yeah,
said
I
on the
know.
theater group chat,
Yes.
and I stand
It
by
was-
this, and I mean it as a compliment.
Yes.
I think every single theater kid has a good type of crazy.
Yeah,
At least a
like
little
we're
bit.
all insane, but I
yeah,
think
and
it's okay.
As I said, no,
That's
I
what it
completely,
is.
I think I completely agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, we're all insane,
Um,
but it's okay. But yeah, it's
yeah,
good to kind of
I was
don't
told
know,
I give
stuff.
theater kid vibes. And
You
I don't
kinda
know if to
do.
take
You kinda
that-
do.
I don't
Yeah,
know if I should take
I
that as
think
an
you
insult or a
should.
compliment.
At
I
least
would
do
not take it
drama
as an
club.
insult. I think you give off more art kid vibes than theater
Art
kid
kid,
vibes.
Which is
but
true.
They're kind of same realm. Not gonna lie.
They're very similar. Realms.
Like, yeah, there are some classes in high
Theater
school
kids
where
and
it's
band
like,
kids, though,
theater-
they're like two sides of the same coin.
yeah,
Except you guys seem like you're mortal enemies.
yeah, that's true.
We aren't mortal enemies. We
Oh, I
pretend
thought-
to be, though.
I thought like the athletes and the band kids are mortal enemies.
The
or at
athletes
least
and the band kids are mortal
theater kids
enemies.
and athletes, which is interesting because
Theater
I'm
kids
both,
and
so that's
yeah.
kind of
I
an
think
issue.
it's because no
Pretend
offense
each
both
other
to-
don't exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
Band
offense to
kids
both
and-
to the band kids and the athletes, but you both have superiority complexes over each other.
Oh,
You're both
true.
like, we're better than the athletes, and the athletes are like, we're better than the
Oh,
band kids.
yeah.
And then the theater kids are over here just like, hee hee, we're weird.
Yeah, we're weird.
Screams.
Exactly, that's exactly it. It's-
Yeah,
we're
they
like-
randomly start screaming. No, that's happened
We're
before.
like that one penguin from
happened-
Penguins of Madagascar who
Oh,
doesn't
Rico?
know what's going on.
Rico.
until-
Oh, wait, can I say that?
Is
Yeah.
that it?
Why wouldn't you be able to say
I
the
don't
name
know
of a
why.
Rico
fictional
can't.
penguin?
It's a fictional character.
Rico can't get us.
Rico doesn't
Rico was probably the
need
best
it.
penguin.
Yeah,
I don't
Rico
know
doesn't
why.
need to give permission. For
Exactly.
us to use his name.
Nah, but those
Hello,
are just the
fictional
different,
penguin. Do you
the
guys
different high
permission to
school
talk about
cliques. If you haven't been in high school yet, here's your rundown on
you? The cliques.
the cliques, the
Or at
groups
least how
of
it
people
works
in
at
the
our
classes.
School. As I said, theater,
Basically, theater and art kids join together.
theater and art kids
Theater
are real
athletes,
close knit.
not really.
Theater
yeah.
and athletes
'Cause
pretend
they're
each other
usually
don't
both.
exist.
I'm literally both.
They're usually both.
I'm both a
Art
theater
kid,
kid
yeah,
and an
yeah.
athlete.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
there is one kid in our class who's a theater kid and is like, I think he's on the football team too.
Cameron, you gotta stop slapping the table.
okay.
The audio keeps peaking because you're like
ASMR.
But
This is also an ASMR. At
with
the same time.
slamming on
It's
the
a
table.
it's a musical, but it's also.
ASMR musical. Somebody's gonna make that at some
Dang.
point, I swear.
I want you to tell me who it is, but I don't want you to have to like bleep it out.
No, it's
I
okay. You can
tell
go ahead. I'll bleep it out.
It's
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I feel like half of the
because I'm an athlete and a theater kid, I thought I was the only kid that's like both.
Yeah.
That's
See, the
honestly-
thing
As
with
I
the
said,
art
only reason
kids
we
is you're
pretend you
either
don't
like a
exist is 'cause
full
you're also a
art
theater
kid.
not just a volleyball
Yeah.
kid.
yeah.
You're either like a full art kid, you're an art and theater kid, or you're a kid who needed an art elective and took art.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
But I
Or
don't see
to
many of
theater.
those
A
because
lot
I'm
of
in an
peop-
advanced art.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
in middle
I think that
school-
happens even more with theater because
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, oh,
Yes.
theater is such an easy
They
give
think
me
it's
class.
easy, and then freshman year you're like, oh, you gotta do a monologue in front of everyone.
And,
Like,
yeah,
and then
I
they're
was
like,
gonna say,
oh
theater-
shoot, shouldn't have
Theater
taken
is a
theater.
surprisingly hard class. It is made easier by the fact that it is an extremely social class.
Yeah, I think
And
in
it's
middle
not,
school
like-
it was
it's
easier.
not a
just-
paper class?
Yeah.
It's not a paper
It
pencil
was just
class,
something
but it's still
everyone
it's still
took.
not an it's not an easy class to do well.
Yeah.
Especially the way Miss.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I probably
Yeah, 'cause-
shouldn't say.
Okay, she doesn't grade right though. That's we've
Oh,
been
I think she.
trying to determine how she grades,
Yeah.
and we still
that is
don't.
the-
We still haven't figured it out. We
You'll
still have
probably
not figured
to
it out.
Bleep
I'll
my
bleep
name
it out.
from our
Oopsies.
teacher.
Yeah.
I will refuse. We can
Yeah.
come up with another name or.
Yeah.
just-
I'll just keep bleeping it.
Well, I don't want to have an
We
episode
say
full
Miss
of
G.
bleeps.
Can we say Miss G?
Probably could say Miss
Yeah,
G.
Miss
but
G.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's ambiguous enough.
We don't know
Yeah, I
how
think
Miss
so.
G grades. We've been trying to figure it out probably
Yeah.
for the past 3 years. I still don't understand it.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
just
it's interesting. I do think she. I mean, she talks a lot about theater being subjective, and I think
it is.
her grading might be that way as well, which doesn't bother me. As I said, I'm fine with it. I do think she grades.
What do you
very
guys
much
get
just-
graded on?
Exactly. That's
So
I,
that's what we are trying to figure out.
Yeah,
Um,
we really don't know how
Like,
the grading
what do you
system
do?
works.
we've asked her, and she does say that like technique, like if you're
What the fuck are
projecting.
Technique.
If you're projecting properly,
Yeah.
if you aren't, like fidgeting, if you're standing
Yeah.
still properly, if you're making good eye contact, things like that, then
Yeah.
she usually grades you well. But I do think that a certain amount of it just comes from how believable you do.
Yeah.
But I think honestly the biggest part of it comes from how much time you put into it. Like she can tell.
Yeah.
She very much can tell when she looks at a monologue
Or
looks
if
at a
you
performance
look-
of somebody, how much time they put
Yeah.
into that.
If you looked at
performance.
the class before, I've done
Yeah.
that sometimes.
See, I've always much preferred like spoken plays to musicals. Not like
Yes.
in general. I just mean to perform myself
Mm.
because I can't sing
Oh.
for shit, but I can
I
act.
think I could sing.
I agree with that. Yep.
I think
that's,
I could
I'm
sing.
the same.
I think I could sing okay enough to be in a musical. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah.
do anything crazy. I probably
Well,
wouldn't
you
be able to
were in a
sing-
musical,
I
right?
could
I was
be-
in ensemble.
Yeah,
Yeah. I could be an ensemble. Like I could
Yeah.
harmonize to hell and back.
Yeah, 'cause
but
Yes.
I cannot
I-
sing.
yeah.
I could
I
probably-
can't do like a solo.
I don't sing well
I
enough.
would
that
not be
I
good
don't
at
think I sing well enough that I could be a main character in a musical
Mm-hmm.
because they have like golden voices. But I do think that I could be like a supporting character or a character.
I did enjoy what you guys did with Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I was part of that.
excellent.
That
I'll
was
believe
fun.
his
That was
name,
good.
but he was the funniest person ever.
Okay,
as the
Amazing.
player.
I did not
Yeah.
know he was the plant until like after.
I knew he was the player because
yeah.
he was practicing in Spanish class, and he would like. I hear somebody talking in the background, and be like, "Who the f let this man into our Spanish class?"
Oh yeah, he's actually got a really low voice.
Yeah,
which
I
is surprising.
really didn't know that. That was kind of
Um,
surprised me, but he
But,
did a good
yeah,
job.
he did a great job. As I said, it is interesting though.
Also,
'cause,
playing a giant plant certainly.
Should we explain what Little Shop
Oh,
of
yeah,
Horrors
we-
is about? I was
Our
gonna
school
say.
yeah,
put on
it
a
is.
production of Little Shop of Horrors, and if you
Which
don't
is
know what that
basically
was,
about an
I'll let the
alien
people
space
who were
plant.
in it
Yeah,
explain
Just-
it.
Jasmine was in it. Not us.
So basically, there's this main character
Yeah.
who works at a botanist's shop, and one day this like weird alien plant thing comes in, and they don't know it's alien, but they know that it's like not normal.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries to get it to bloom, and it won't until he accidentally feeds it blood, and then it turns out that this alien plant thing has a taste for human flesh. And that creates all sorts of problems in
Yeah.
the character's life, but also really makes him famous because he's got this really crazy,
Talking
unique
Yeah.
plant.
talking plant.
Yeah, and it like
Um,
promotes like the workplace. that
And he's a
there.
simp.
and
Yeah, and he's a
Massive
simp
simp.
for-
And he's a
for
simp.
Audrey,
Oh,
this lady that he works with, and he
yes.
named the plant Audrey too in honor of her.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was
but anyway.
crazy. I liked it though.
Yeah, I was really happy that I was able to be ensemble because,
Like-
as I said, it isn't funny because like I did like because on the sheet it was an open audition, which means you just you select the roles that you would want,
Yeah.
and I did. So ensemble wasn't my first choice, but at the same time, like I knew I wouldn't get anything other than ensemble. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like I'm
Yeah.
sure there, like not necessarily because of my acting, but definitely because of my singing, I wouldn't get much other than ensemble because it's like my voice can support others, but it's not very great on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, but like you
but I
wanna
still,
be
as I
ensemble.
said, like
Yeah.
well, I still like put other roles as my preference,
Yeah.
and I just think it's funny because like so many people made fun of me. They're like, why are you selecting any roles other than just ensemble? And it's like, okay, it says what roles you want, not roles you think you can get.
Yeah, that's
roles I think
true.
I can get. Ensemble roles I want. Insert this.
That's
and
what our
this.
teacher was. Like she was an ensemble person, which also kind of makes it hard because she never Or I guess she's not that much of like an actor, you know what I mean? Like she did ensemble, but not any of the big roles. So then like when we want an example of something, like if we're trying to figure out what a character is kind of supposed to be, she can't really give that example.
Yeah.
So just like yell at you and make sure you, I don't know.
No,
It's
I
kind of
think-
confusing.
I think she does.
Like in some roles,
So I think
just not
there-
everything.
Well, I think it's one of those things, though. I mean, there is acting and directing are very
Yeah, they're different
skill
things.
sets, and
Yeah.
Miss definitely has an eye for theater.
Yeah.
I name dropped again. Darn it.
Theater.
I'm trying.
The
not-
theater.
The theater. I'm
The
trying not to.
theater.
I'm trying not to have this be an
The
entirely bleak
theater.
episode, but anyway, Miss G.
Miss
Miss
G.
G.
Miss G definitely has an eye for theater, and like,
Yeah.
I honestly would love to see what her acting would look like, just because we haven't seen that.
That's true.
Like
yeah.
I definitely like I'm not like I said I would never say
She's
that, I
no,
would never say
she's
she
like
can't
in the
act
director
because, like,
realm. Mm-hmm.
because we've never seen her act, and I would love to see that. But I do know that she definitely has a good eye for theater, and she knows
That's
what she's
true.
looking at,
Yes.
and
See-
that's one thing I appreciate.
See, I have a story with Little Shop of
Because that was
Horrors.
one thing about in
Tell me.
anyway in middle school. That was one thing I
Yeah.
really liked is that our middle school theater teacher he would do as much acting as he would
Yeah,
directing
see, that's
to
why
show
it was
us,
opposite.
and
It's
that
like
was so
never
fun.
did that. So then
Name
it was
drop
like
again, Miss G.
Miss G.
And
Just name
Miss-
everyone
Mr.
right now.
C, our middle school theater
Mr.
teacher.
C, Miss
but,
G.
but as I said, Mr. C, as I said, what I loved was that he would direct, but he would also like act and do random
Yeah.
silly little roles to show it because it was so fun to watch him doing it too.
Yeah.
And as I said,
It
I
probably gave the actors confidence because
Right,
they're like,
facts,
oh, if our teacher's
yeah.
willing to throw himself out there, maybe
exactly,
we can too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And,
I think-
as I said, I know Miss Gibson.
Miss G is a very intimidating person,
Yes,
and this ties into the story I have.
Unless you know
yeah.
her. Unless you know her. I
Yeah.
mean, even when you know her, she's
Chazby's
a
a
little intimidating.
favorite.
But
It's-
I don't know how everybody.
You
thinks
are
that.
the favorite. I'm
Everybody
telling
thinks
you.
that I'm all of the theater teachers' favorites because
Because he is.
well,
Chazby,
because
I
I,
accept
think you,
it.
I think you're all teachers' favorites.
That's true.
Oh, I would not say that.
Yeah.
But I will say, well, I know.
No
Miss-
teachers hate you though.
I know Miss.
At least you're not one of
I
those
will say
kids.
I don't think any of my teachers hate me, but I'm sure
Yeah.
there are plenty of teachers
I
who are
have
just
definitely,
indifferent about me.
I have definitely been hated by a couple teachers.
Really?
Miss
Oh.
Miss EP
Oh.
definitely hated me.
Wait,
I
yeah, I
realize I
forgot
can
about
definitely say that.
I forgot about that. She liked me
But-
towards the end of the year, but like.
But
I have
I think Miss G just appreciates that I take theater seriously. Like I treat it like I do any of my other classes.
yeah.
And there are a lot of people who are like, oh, this monologue is due in a week. I'm just gonna work on it the day before it's due, and it'll be fine. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm somebody who's like, no, I need to start preparing for this now, doing a little bit every night. Like as I said, I treat theater like I would any other class. I think that's
Yeah.
just why. And I mean, I did the same thing in middle school. I think that's the only reason why the theater teachers appreciate
Yeah,
me is
because you put in the
don't-
work.
Yeah, it isn't just
Yeah.
a throwaway class for me. I actually really enjoy theater.
Yeah. And
Um,
so I have an experience with Little Shop of Horrors.
Mhm.
Not even just going to see it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I heard about Little Shop of Horrors,
Yeah.
and I was told go audition, and I was like, I don't have anything else to do today. Okay,
I
so
didn't know you auditioned.
I did audition.
Oh no.
So I went
This
there,
is interesting.
and I got lost,
Oh.
and I couldn't find where I was supposed to go because I still don't know anywhere in our school. Like they'll be like, go to
That's
gym
true.
3, and I'll be like, no.
Oh, I don't know which commons
I'll
is
be like,
which
no.
still.
Yeah, they'll be like,
Yeah,
go
I
to
don't-
Commons
yeah, I don't
2,
know which
and I'll
one
be like,
it is.
Which one is that? I don't
It's
remember.
just-
I don't remember which commons is which.
yeah.
either.
And so they were like, go to this room, and I'm like, I don't take gym, so I don't even know
Yeah,
where the
me
gyms
neither.
are.
I didn't know where that
So
was.
I found it eventually,
Yeah.
and I go there, and I was like, I'm really sorry I'm late. I got lost. And then I'm assuming it wasn't Miss G. It was someone
It
else.
was probably either the music director or.
It probably was
this
because
music guy.
Yeah.
I stayed for the dance rehearsal, and I think I did fine with that because I had jazz shoes, and I took dance for like 9 years.
Yeah.
So
Right,
I did
right.
fine with that. And then
I didn't realize you auditioned because
I
don't remember
did.
seeing you. That's cool.
it was
She got
the boys and
lost.
girls were separated, and I showed up late.
That's why. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, that's true. I do remember the boys and girls being separated, but I still would have thought that I would have like seen you in transition.
Because I was late.
But you were late.
And so I was at the dance rehearsal, and then I guess it wasn't a dance rehearsal, it was the dance audition. And then I went in to the music one, because the music one was before the dance one, if I
Right,
remember correctly.
right.
But they were like, we'll just get your music one now. So I went into the room, and I was like, okay. See, the problem is, I had never seen Little Shop of Horrors. I didn't know a single song, didn't know a single character.
That's probably.
And
Yeah.
they
Well,
were
you
like,
don't have to have been in it or seen it, but
You gotta know a decent
you
amount
You
about it.
definitely
at
have to
least.
listen to the
I didn't-
music before you
Yeah.
go
I
into
didn't,
it.
and they
at
gave
least
me
once.
the lyrics, And I was like,
oh no.
Right then and there.
Yeah,
she was like, okay, I'm gonna sing I'm gonna like play the song, and then you're gonna sing it. And then I was like, I'm gonna wing it. This is gonna go great. And she plays the song, and I'm like, okay. In my mind, I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even listening when she played the song the first time because I was so focused, being like, okay, you might not get this perfectly. Just don't make a fool out of yourself. And so she's like, okay, you ready? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she plays the music, and I sing it, and I'm like, no idea what I'm doing.
Yes.
And she goes, man, you must really love this song. I can tell that you really know this musical in its heart. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't even think I
Understand how hard
sang the right song. She could have given me the
sang
lyrics.
a song from a different
She
music.
could have given me the lyrics to, like,
She made it her own.
I can
That's
show
what
you
she
the
did.
world from the Aladdin musical, and
Yeah.
I would have just not noticed.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
I felt bad
funny.
because I was like,
That's
I
funny.
just fooled this woman into thinking
No.
I've listened to this musical before. I felt really bad.
Aw.
And then I felt so bad, I was like, I'm not going back. So I went up the next day and I was like, hey, are you the theater director? She was like, yes. And I was like,
Oh.
okay. And I was like, hey, I have a schedule conflict. So I, like, left and she was like, okay. And I was like, am I good? She's like, yes, you can leave now. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
she's very,
So
she's
I
very
left,
blunt.
and I was like,
she's very
oh.
blunt.
and then I avoided her for the rest of the year. Anytime I saw her, I'd like run away. And I was like, I don't even think she knows who I am.
Probably
Aw.
not.
Dang. You made the song your own. That's
Yeah.
the special
I
part.
don't- I
She
don't
put
know
her
if I-
own creative spin on it by
See,
not
I listened
knowing
to
what
it
the
because
original
like
was.
my parents forgot to come pick me up
Yeah.
from the audition, so I hitched a ride with a couple of seniors, and while I was in the car with them, I was like, hey, you mind if I put my headphones in? And I listened to the song, and I actually got it pretty close. And I was like,
that's good.
how?
Yeah.
I have never
Big
heard
ears
this
looked
song
at it
and you were
before.
like, what?
How?
Uh,
It was a miracle.
That's great.
yeah, that's one thing I'm sad about is I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Manuel.
I don't know. we had a
Anyways.
whole lot of fun accidentally and somewhat
Um,
intentionally missaying Lin-Manuel Miranda's name because Cameron got it wrong once. And
Yeah,
we
so we're just
ran
gonna
with
keep
it.
going with the
But
Lin-Manuel.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do any of the shows this year. I don't know. I don't know if I want to, though, to be honest.
I want to do a
Because, like,
spoken show. Like, I want to
Because,
try.
To be honest, the
Oh, like the
reason-
plays.
Yeah, I want to do an
That's
actual
a
play.
good one.
Because I like plays.
I
just
honestly
can't
like
do
plays
musicals.
too.
To be honest, the reason that the main reason I did Little Shop of Horrors is because I like that musical.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not a huge fan. We're doing Legally Blonde this year,
Yeah.
and I like that musical, but it's not my favorite, and I don't particularly like any of the characters well enough to feel like I would
Yeah.
want to play them. If that makes
Or,
sense.
Yes.
Is that all they're doing this
Um,
next year?
No, they're
What's
doing,
the spring one?
Trap.
Trap. Oh,
But I
Trap is
think
the fall one.
They're
I
doing it
remember
in the
that.
fall because we aren't sure if we're going to be allowed to do musicals in
Yeah.
the fall because singing in large groups.
So she just.
Are there any plays going on?
Yeah, Trap's
It's a
Trap
play?
is
Trap
Okay.
is a play. Yeah.
I will be
Um,
doing it if I can.
Yeah.
And also, as I said, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to do martial arts, and it's just. And
Yeah, it's a lot of.
this is
effort.
junior year, so I'm. Gonna
I'm
have to be
hoping I
prepping
can
to
get into
prepare
it
for
senior year
college.
though. But I know that
I
I probably
definitely-
won't be able to do it.
Yeah, if nothing else, I'm confident that I will be able to do the one in the second semester of my senior year. Because
Yes.
by that time,
Yeah,
my
that
common
time you're done.
applications are sent off.
We should just do a fun one.
Everything's
Like,
good.
for
I
that one,
really
just
just
make
need
everyone
to-
to do. Like,
I really just need to, focus
Yeah.
on myself and have fun with my last semester of high school.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, I want to keep my GPA up, but it's
Yeah.
like there's less stress.
But
right?
we gotta
Yeah,
focus
because-
this year.
So
it's gonna be
if
crazy.
at the very least I know I will do that if I manage to not do the other 3 shows. But as I
Yeah.
said, I doubt I will be able to do.
I'll definitely go watch Legally Blonde because I love
Oh
Legally
yeah,
Blonde.
Yeah,
I'm
that is a
I'm-
good-
I'm planning on going
it's a
to
good
watch all
movie.
of them because I want to support my friends. I just don't know if I have the time or the effort, and I still love theater, and I'm gonna we do one acts in class and things, and I'm excited to do those. As
Yeah.
I said, I like Legally Blonde. I'm just not a big enough fan of any of the characters to think I could play them. And then the play that we are doing, I read up on, and I think I read a portion of it. And
Thank you, Jackson.
That one
Featuring
doesn't-
Jackson breathing into the mic.
and that one, it seems okay, but not like my favorite thing in the world. As I said, the main reason I did Little Shop of Horrors was just I really wanted to be part of that experience.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's such a fun show.
Thank you, Jackson.
And the kids in it were so fun, and it actually I think helped me really acclimate to college. Not there yet. I think it
Not
really
quite.
helped. I think
Yeah.
it actually really helped me acclimate to high school.
Yeah. Yeah, being a
I'm
part
gonna
of
move the
something
mic
kind of.
closer to you, Chaz.
Yeah,
Until March 13th,
Because
when we all just.
even though, yeah, I was gonna say, because even though it ate up a lot of my time, like,
Yeah.
it did teach me how to time manage, because it's like I learned how to be like, okay, which of these things can I actually afford to spend a lot of time on versus
Yeah.
which do I just need to
Yeah.
Because that actually, I think, is an important thing with time management is like, okay, I don't need to spend an hour on this English worksheet. I can get this done, do this math, I'll be good to go.
See, high school made me realize that high school isn't that big of a deal. Because I was doing the exact same thing I was doing in middle school. I was like,
Really?
okay, if this is a hard assignment, because like usually I can scan it and be like, is this hard or is this something I can do at lunch? That is how I categorize
yeah.
my work. I'm like, is
Yeah.
this something
We use
that I
our
need-
1 hour lunch very,
Yeah.
like.
very liberally.
Very,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
much
yeah.
like, I need to get this entire thing done in this 1 hour.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember
I'm the same
because-
way.
because
would
I
get,
didn't-
like entire homework sheets doing
Facts.
It'd be like me, Maisie, and Tyler being like, all right, whip
Yeah,
out.
we would all,
Chaz,
like,
we would be
meet in
here, like,
someone-
reading. You'd be, like, sending in your ballots for the next election. And we'd be here, like...
You'd be looking at memes on
Yeah.
like YouTube
Yeah.
and
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I spent my hour lunch just like.
working. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I
doing
do it
that.
most of the
Or a
time.
lot of stuff. We did some clubs, which I hope clubs
I
come
did
back.
art club.
As I said, I didn't have any clubs in
Oh,
freshman year,
yeah.
and I just
I remember the art club float. That was epic.
Our float
Your
was
float
awesome.
was awesome.
We spray painted
Even
planets.
though volleyball won and we didn't even help. Or my dad did like most of it. And then like we just kind of helped. I really hope football games go back to normal, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't wanna-
That was the
We'll
only
see.
thing I like enjoyed about football was like the environment of the game.
That's
Yeah,
just-
because
that's-
everyone
that's
would
just-
go, like,
that's just
everyone you
not-
knew,
that's
and it was
not
just
my
fun.
Thing.
I just don't like
Football games?
football.
Yeah,
I would never
well-
bring my glasses, so even if I wanted to watch a football game, I wouldn't be able to see.
You're that one kid in the back with the binoculars, like me.
Like,
I mean, as I said, I've got
Yes.
nothing against it. It's just like
Yeah.
it's a lot of people, and like I'm an extrovert.
Ah.
I'm not,
Yeah.
like I'm an extrovert, so I enjoy company and I enjoy being around other people. But in that hectic of an environment, it's like a little too much.
see,
even
the
for
thing
me.
is, I
Like,
didn't
would
think
far
that.
prefer like
Yeah.
the theater rehearsal environment where there's a lot of kids, but it's like when we're not on stage, we're just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah,
talking,
see, that's
maybe
I
working
didn't think.
together.
I didn't think I'd
on
like it
different, like,
because of
homework
that.
things or
Yeah.
Sorry.
whatnot. Oh no, that's fine.
I didn't think I'd like it because of that. But when you're there, you form like bubbles.
Yeah.
Like you'll be with like 3 people, and then you won't even like notice the people around you until
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
knocks into you. But like we always stood in the back,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it would just be like us and like 5 people. And we just talked the whole time.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. We don't watch football. I'm sorry.
No,
To all the
I'm
football
sorry, the
players.
football players.
Not
Well,
sure
most of
the
you
movie.
guys
I've
are in
also
other
never been to high
clubs.
school
That's
homecoming.
true.
Well,
Alright,
as I
neither
said,
have I.
I'm in-
Well, we
I'm
weren't old
in
enough for it,
Marathon
yeah.
of Society, that's it.
Homecoming.
I've never been to
Will
a
they have
homecoming.
homecoming this year? I don't know.
I never went to any of the
Well,
middle
we're
school
old
dances
enough
either.
to
The
go.
only one I went to was the 8th grade dance, and I'm pretty sure in
We
high
were
school
supposed to go together, but it was on the same day as my
It's
dance
true,
recital.
we were. That
Oh,
was such a
you didn't
bummer.
go?
And I was like,
didn't
Chazby,
go.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
It's okay.
I actually like the 8th grade
I
dance
will-
better than
I'm
Hoko.
not-
I don't know why.
I'm not trying to like dig up old.
To me, Hoko was a little overrated, but I don't know.
There you
That's
go.
just
Yeah,
me.
everybody's like, you need to go to homecoming.
Oh, did
I'm
you
like,
not go?
No, I didn't go to homecoming
okay.
in high school. Yeah, in my
Yeah.
freshman year.
Yeah,
We
you didn't miss a lot. It's
we didn't-
okay.
Yeah,
I did.
everybody was trying to get me to go, and I was like,
I might go in junior year.
I
but,
can't
eh.
dance.
Honestly, it was
I like
overrated for
hanging
me.
out with people, but like,
It was only fun for like 30 minutes. I felt
exactly.
like I don't know why,
Yeah, that
and then
was
it
what I
was like,
worried would happen, 'cause
Unless
that's
I
what
get
like I would
asked,
have
I'm not
rather
going.
like
I said I went to the 8th grade dance because I was like, this is my last middle school dance. Woo! But
Unless I
Yeah.
get asked, I'm not going.
8th grade dance wasn't that bad.
Prom
I don't know
I'll
why.
go to.
I actually like the
Yeah, I
8th
was gonna
grade
say I'm definitely
dance
gonna go to
better.
prom when that happens. 'cause that's a
If
that's
that
a,
happens.
That's a
Really?
thing. if
Isn't
it
that senior
happens.
year though?
That's senior year.
Oh yeah, true.
Some schools do junior prom, but others don't.
I wouldn't go to a
I
junior
probably
prom.
wouldn't do a junior. As I said, that may
It's
be
too much money on the
that may be-
dress.
That may be the only dance that I go to is
Is
senior is
Senior prom.
prom.
It's okay.
I might
But
go
you
to
know what?
one
That'll be fine.
homecoming.
As I
Like,
said,
see how
I
it
think I'm
goes.
with Ava though. If somebody asks me, I won't say no. But
Chazby boyfriend arc?
Yes.
Chazby?
yes.
Chazby?
Now I have to find a guy for
like a
Chazby.
girlfriend arc,
Chazby
anybody,
to go with.
anybody to go, anybody
Yeah.
to go with.
No, but Hoko's overrated. If you've never been to Hoko,
Yeah.
it's overrated,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But I don't know. Might be different this year. We have to wear masks when we go back, though.
Yeah. it's
I'm
true.
okay
So-
with that. Honestly, I don't trust our peers. No offense, our peers.
Facts.
I don't trust
No
them to be
offense to
safe.
our peers.
But,
Yeah. It was like you get used to it, I guess, especially when we were back in person. First
Yeah.
2
We've
weeks
moved
kind
away
of
from
rough.
theater.
Yeah. First
We
2
started
weeks
talking about
kind of
Hoko.
rough,
Really
but
lost.
then
But yeah, moral of the story. Anybody want to ask me?
Anyways, this
Anyone
whole
wanna
thing was
ask?
a promotion
This
for
is a whole
Chazby.
ploy to get Chazby a date.
Gender
Yeah,
does
so,
not matter.
yeah.
I will go to homecoming
You know.
with anybody.
What's like your type? You can go
I
ahead
don't know
and.
that I have one.
Oh dang.
You don't.
Yeah.
Come
Well,
on.
No type.
Come on.
No type.
Shiro from Voltron.
Okay, Sure, it's kind of cute. Not gonna lie.
Dang. Yeah.
I definitely
Anything
have a
else?
type.
Like
I didn't
hair
think I
type?
had. I mean, I don't have a type. Like I'm
Don't-
not like
let's
I'm
not-
not gonna date you because you don't fit my type. I'm like
Let's not talk about my type. My type.
your
we're
type
not
is-
gonna go
your type
into
is
that.
problematic. I blame
Problematic redheads.
I blame JD for my taste in
Oh my
problematic
gosh.
men.
Oh.
Since we're moving back to theater, I blame JD
Like,
for all of my
the
problems.
only reason Cameron doesn't have a crush on me is because I'm an unproblematic
Yeah.
redhead.
Chasby's unproblematic. Chasby's cool.
You're the ginger with the soul.
Oh my gosh.
That should be my motto. I'm
The ginger with the soul.
Yeah. Hope no one that I've dated finds this podcast anywhere. I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, you know, if you're free
Theater.
for Hoko, let's
If you're
join
free for Hoko,
Chasby.
ask Chasby.
Back to theater. Okay.
But your sign will not be as good as mine was.
Oh, it's true.
Oh
It
dang.
won't. It
What was
won't.
your Hoko sign?
I didn't have a Hoko sign.
Oh.
I asked him in the 8th grade dance.
Yeah.
Oh. What was the sign?
I asked him in the very
I didn't
beginning
even
of
know
gym.
what it was.
Yeah. Miss
Dang.
Curtelli was so confused.
Dang, I want to make
She's
a
like,
sign.
"What's going on?"
She's like, what's going on? here?"
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think we had like talked like during gym
We hadn't
at
probably-
all.
yeah,
I was just like,
we
yeah,
were friends.
What's up,
but-
Chasby?
Yeah. Aw.
Hey, I got a sign. Will you read it?
I had a
And was
sign.
like,
You gotta come
yeah.
down here. I'm glad that you didn't ask me because I wouldn't be able to see the sign. Because you would have been like,
I'm just holding a blurry sign
Yeah,
up
I'd be
and
like-
it was
I'd be like,
What?
you got a
Squinching
poster board. Good
aggressively.
job.
No.
I'm a very passive person. Like, unless I'm like really into somebody, I'm probably not gonna like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's not like I'm trying to be like, oh, you
Yeah.
have to ask me. Like, if I actually feel like I want to go with
It's
somebody,
okay.
I'd ask. But,
Single squad.
but
You can all just
I'm
go with
cool being
singles.
That's like
Single
my,
is great. I'm not gonna lie. This
That's
is like the first time like being
We should
single for a long
probably try
time.
and get back on track
Yeah,
even
yeah.
remotely.
so theater. You guys
Anyway.
never said so theater, right? All right.
Theater, Lin-Manuel Linda Marn.
What are like all of the shows that you guys have like seen?
Okay.
Seen.
That's-
Because like I was supposed to
I
go
saw-
see
Dear Evan
Beetlejuice
Hansen.
on Broadway
Oh,
I saw,
that's a
until
good
COVID.
Oh.
I saw a high school production of Little Shop of Horrors. I was
So
in
did
a high
I.
school
Oh.
production of Little Shop of Horrors.
Dang. We saw Into the Woods
Yeah.
because our old theater teacher used to teach at the rival high school.
Yeah, yeah.
So we saw did you see Into the Woods?
I
Because
didn't
we
get a
saw it.
chance to. I
Okay,
really
so
wanted
a
to. I
couple
really
of us
wanted
went to go see that. That was a good. I really like that musical. Like the concept is kind of weird to wrap your head around, and it's
Yeah,
a little
no, I think
long.
I
it's
love
fun.
Into the
But
Woods.
it like yeah, into the like it's so some of the songs are just so like earworms. It's very catchy. So that was a good one. First Broadway was Dear Evan Hansen. So that's why it's like my favorite. 'Cause
Right,
it's like
right.
that was my
I
first
don't know
exposure
that I've ever
to it.
seen an actual.
Have you seen Annie?
I don't think I've ever seen anything
No.
on Broadway,
I've never
but
seen
I've
anything
seen it
on
when they
Broadway.
come
Yeah,
here.
but I've seen
Like I've
it.
seen The Lion King. I saw Elf.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, that's the only ones I've seen that I can.
I
think
prefer
of.
the Elf musical so much more than I prefer the Elf movie, but that might be because I
interesting.
hate Will Ferrell.
Oh,
Like
why
with
is
a
that?
passion. He annoys me. It's him and
Interesting.
Adam Sandler because they always make their movies about them, and I'm like,
Oh, I think Adam Sandler's hysterical. I mean, that's kind of the point of Adam Sandler movies, though.
yeah, they're funny to think about.
Yeah.
But like,
They're funny to
it's funny
But
to
then
be
when you
like,
actually see
haha,
them, it's
funny,
like-
the click.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
I did like that scene in the click where he like rewound the boss and like just kept hitting him
Yeah,
over and
yeah,
over
yeah.
again.
That movie.
How did we
is-
get to Adam Sandler? Hold on, back
Yeah.
to Broadway.
Whoa.
I mean, still technically.
Adam
theater, I
Sandler on
guess.
Broadway? What?
He was on SNL. That's a stage show.
Oh,
Yes.
SNL. I didn't think
SNL
about
is
that.
a good.
Just sketchy.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah. Yes,
Pete
Pete Davidson.
Davidson's
I'm
great.
the only
He's
person in
so
my family
funny.
that likes Pete Davidson.
Why?
I don't know.
Pete
Like,
Davidson's
everybody
hot
hates him.
and funny.
And he lives with his mom. What else do you want?
No, he
Yeah,
actually bought
first
his
he
own
wanted a
house.
man.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
He bought his own house.
And
And
bought-
he used to be
Yeah.
engaged to
I do-
Ariana Grande.
I do think it's funny though that he bought like a $1 million home
Yeah.
for his mom to live with his mom.
Oh.
Like he had the money.
And Chad.
Like, I think he
Yeah.
has his own house now, but like for a while he bought his mom a fancy house, but he still lived with her. Like I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a conscious choice.
Yeah, because he didn't want to like cook dinner. That's probably why.
Useful.
I think he
Yeah.
just likes his mom.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
She
that.
helps him out a lot with his mental health.
Aww.
well. Because I mean,
Wholesome.
See, Pete
Yeah,
Davidson
'cause
is
it was-
wholesome. Why wouldn't you want him?
Because part of it's separation anxiety, especially since
That's
he
true.
lost his dad in 9/11.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he's been like his comedy is very funny, but there are times where it hits
Where it's like, oh, you're being
where it
serious.
hurts
Uh-oh.
because he actually
Yeah.
talks about some of his struggles.
No,
with
but I
depression
love
and
Pete
anxiety.
Davidson. That and
I liked him in Suicide Squad. I was
He was fun in
really
the Suicide
sad that he
Squad,
wasn't
yeah.
like in it.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that he
have
wasn't a
his-
main
he has his
character.
own movie now, right? He's like
He's
Pete
got,
Davidson on Staten Island or something.
Yeah, King,
Well,
King
he
of
has a lot-
Staten
yeah.
Island. It's like a semi
I've never seen that.
movie.
Oh, I want to see that
It's
movie.
alright. I wouldn't
is?
say it's great.
Okay.
I haven't
It's
seen it.
funny.
Mhm.
It's very funny.
Well, it's Pete
and
Davidson,
and
so-
it's pretty touching at times. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that it's like an amazing movie.
Oh, okay.
All of his comedy specials are pretty good, but
Like,
I think
as far
he's
as
less.
Judd Apatow
that
movie,
and-
as far as Judd Apatow movies go, it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But
I
it's still
think Pete
enjoyable.
Davidson isn't as strong by himself as he
That's
is
true.
with others.
I
Like,
could
That's
agree
true.
with that. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
like he's a good actor, but I don't think he's as good by
Do
himself.
you guys ever
running a
watch
movie.
like the news part of SNL, like the news
Yes,
section?
Yeah,
I
those
How
are
do you
always-
feel about
hilarious.
that? Because
I
like
think it's
my
so
family
great.
doesn't like it, but I like it.
Oh,
Like,
I think they're
love
funny.
Colin
They're
Jost and
funny.
Michael Che.
Michael
They're-
Che is. I like it when
Michael
they
Che
like
is so funny.
they write each other's jokes.
Yeah.
That is the best part. And
What's
then,
funny
like-
though is like that actually started off as like a practical. That started off like not serious at all.
Yeah,
So Michael Che just did it as a prank.
yeah,
Because he was like he just pitched to the writers. He was like, it would be funny if we like did a swap joke thing.
yeah.
And I write jokes for him, but Michael Che planned from the beginning to write like terribly racist
Yeah,
jokes
yeah.
to make Colin
To
just
make
look
Colin-
bad.
yeah.
And Colin was taking it seriously, so he was like, "Oh, I'll just write some nice jokes for Michael Che." And
Yeah.
then I got there, and
He's like,
Michael Che was telling these really like
Yeah,
tame.
yeah.
Or Michael Che
Bad
was
jokes.
telling these really tame jokes written by
Yeah.
Colin Jost, and then Colin Jost was telling these absolute
It
like
blew up. That
non-politically
was-
correct bombs for Michael Che.
That was so good.
Yeah, and like
But it was even funnier though when Colin Jost started fighting back and
Yeah.
when he started writing like ridiculous ones for Michael Che.
Yeah.
my dad's always like, I can't stand SNL anymore. It used to be funny, but now they're political. And I'm like, when has SNL not
not
been
been
political?
Yeah, not been
It's just
political.
the political.
It's like,
The
you
first
don't like
skit
that
is
it's-
always
you don't like that
political.
it's left leaning
Exactly.
instead of right leaning
politics
anymore.
just may not be what you're. I do think it's funny though that like my grandfather was very much a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
That he still thinks that Alec Baldwin's portrayal of Trump on SNL is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
He literally.
He's like, oh my god, they've got him so right. It's
Yeah,
great. And I'm
yeah.
like,
That's not good for our country,
how
but
do
you know
I
it's
tell
okay.
him that they're making fun of?
Yeah.
Yeah,
President Trump?
yeah.
Yeah, other people being
That-
like, yeah, I love
Yeah,
the SNL's
Trump is
portrayal of
great.
Trump. Yeah,
It's
they did
weird.
such a good job.
I've known like all
It's
these people in
But
politics
I mean,
from
it's
that
the
skit.
same thing with Joe Biden though.
So
like,
weird.
Yeah.
like Jim Carrey's Joe Biden is.
Oh,
meant
it was
is
so.
meant to
It's
make
so
fun
Jim
of Joe.
Carrey.
Like it's meant to make fun of Joe Biden, and
Yeah.
I said I think it's funny too, but I'm not like,
No.
oh my god, Jim
They're
Carrey's
funny
Joe Biden was great.
skits. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're gone to the left, but that's okay. I mean, that's how I know most of the people in politics now is watching those skits. Like, I
Bowen
remember,
Yang,
like, I didn't know who
Bowen
Nancy Pelosi was until I watched.
I think my favorite cast members right now from SNL are Kate McKinnon and Bowen Yang.
Yes.
Because everything Bowen Yang does is
Period.
On
I know.
point.
Oh, like
on
the
point.
he's so
great.
funny. He's only Asian.
What is your favorite
He's
SNL
out there.
skit?
Oh,
My favorite SNL skit?
Like the
there's
ones
a
that you
lot.
can remember. What's
Get
your
Off
most-
the Shed when Will Ferrell did that. It wasn't when I watched it though. I had to look that one up.
It's a Kate McKinnon one. It's a Paranormal Experience.
Was that the one you
It's,
sent to me?
Is that the one where like
Is that the one
she's-
where she
she's
got
like the
abducted?
alien?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
got
you
abducted.
sent
Oh,
it to me.
oh
Yeah.
yes, I remember that one.
My favorite.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
My favorite's either Shannon or Shallon. Shallon, I think it is.
It might be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's either Shallon, the drug safety one,
Mhm.
or
My second favorite
the
has
Greek gods
My
one.
my second favorite has
Can
to be
you explain
the
the-
weed gummy one, the Pete Davidson
Mm,
weed
yeah,
gummy
which one?
one.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that one.
Um,
The drug safety one, because I feel like I remember that one.
Okay,
But, like,
so it's
explain it.
basically a drug safety person comes in
Yes.
to a classroom of students.
Oh wait,
And
right.
Another one of
Shallon
my favorites
is the really dumb one.
Yeah.
And she takes everything the drug safety instructor says and makes it so much worse.
Oh.
And she's
okay.
like, so my parents tell me to reward myself when I do my homework. So could I have a little bit of cocaine?
That's good. That's good.
I don't like. They made a sequel with fire safety. I'll have to show them to you guys.
That's a
But
good one.
My other favorite one is the John Cena one because I feel like it was
everything
just,
with John Cena.
Anything-
is-
anything with
it
John
was
Cena's
the John
hilarious.
Cena one about the football
Yeah.
player who was like, I have to get an A on this in order to
Oh my god, I
play.
love that
That
one.
one's
Oh
so
my God.
funny
And
because
he
it's
visited the
accurate.
caterpillar
Yeah.
book.
he
Everyone's like got these like quantum mechanics machines, and he's
somebody's
like
got like a
banana.
Freaking, someone's got a freaking cloud generator, and he's
Oh my
like,
God.
This
like,
is yellow banana. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
brown banana. This is the round banana.
and then one of the
it's an
students
orange.
goes,
Yeah.
"Isn't that an orange?"
And then Kenan Thompson is like, that is a round
Oh,
banana.
I like how the whole time they get progressively more football makeup on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
time. They get progressively more like
Anything with
sports
Kenan
minded.
Thompson in it also
Kenan Thompson
is
is great,
hilarious. What
yeah.
is like your favorite host episode?
My favorite host.
What do you mean by that?
Like, who's your favorite basically host on SNL of either maybe this season or last season? Because I guess they didn't do a lot of like episodes this season.
Let
Maybe,
me
like-
see. I'm gonna have to look up all the SNL hosts
Cause
from recent times.
okay, but Will Ferrell is always like anytime that Will Ferrell is on, it's gonna be hilarious.
I've already
And
stated
then-
my grudge with Will Ferrell.
Oh, you have a grudge against Will Ferrell?
Yeah, that's what
Why?
I said about the Elf movie.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Will Ferrell. Who else? Eddie Murphy.
I like Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy's
Eddie Murphy's
Murphy's
pretty
fun.
hilarious.
I think his best role was as the zebra.
Oh,
in,
yeah,
in Madagascar.
That and what's that character that he always does on SNL where he's like the Bean, Mr. Bean? I don't even know.
Mr. Bean.
It's not even. What's his character on SNL? You might have to look it up. The green
Gumby?
thing. Gumby.
Gumby's a real character though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That's his
My
my
mom-
favorite.
my
Dan
favorite
Levy was a
episode.
funny. Dan Levy was a funny.
Oh,
SNL
that was
host.
hilarious. That was so funny.
What do you mean by like host episodes?
Timothy
No, like, what
Chalamet.
he's- your
Timothy
favorite?
Chalamet.
He was funny, but the episode wasn't that
Timothy
great.
Chalamet.
Just-
Kristen Wiig is always great when she's
Kristen
on.
Wiig.
Yeah.
The
Does,
Target girl.
Target.
Oh, Dave Chappelle. He was a good.
Dave
Does
Chappelle.
John Mulaney count?
Yeah.
Yes.
He
I'm
hosted.
putting John Mulaney.
I'm a John Mulaney fan, period. Like, his stand-up is so funny. And,
let's
like,
see, I'm trying to
He's in the
find-
holy trinity of like stand-up comedians.
Exactly,
It's
Adam
like,
John
Driver's episodes are
Mulaney.
surprisingly
John
fun,
Mulaney
too.
is a classic.
Oh,
It's John
Liev
Mulaney, Bo
Schreiber.
Burnham, and
Yeah.
like
Liev
I don't
Schreiber
know
is
who would be
good.
the third in the trinity.
Do you listen to Brian Regan?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dang. Brian Regan.
Chasby, who would you put in the like holy trinity of like stand-up comedians? Mine is
Stand-up
like
comedians.
John Mulaney,
John
Bo
Mulaney is
Burnham,
low-key the top.
and like
John Mulaney.
maybe what's his name? Donald Glover. That's my
Oh,
holy
yeah.
trinity. Donald Glover,
I
John
mean,
Mulaney,
I think
and
Donald Glover is great at a whole bunch of things, but his comedy stand-up is my favorite. Like, he's a funny guy, and
Yeah.
his comedic acting is fantastic.
in
but,
Community,
like,
he's Troy is the funniest
he's
character in that
hysterical
show.
in Community, but I don't think that like his comedic stand-up is my favorite.
I never listened to,
I would
like...
say, for me personally, Eddie Izzard, just because
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've talked about her. She's really funny, and like just all the random bits are
Yeah.
like they're always really relevant,
Mhm.
and some of it's like historical, but in
Yeah.
a really funny way. But she's a slightly more obscure.
You gotta get closer to the mic,
comedian.
Chasby.
Sorry,
you can't talk
I'm
away
turning
from the
away
mic.
from the mic. No, but yeah. So for me, Eddie Izzard, then probably John Mulaney.
Mhm.
I don't know who my third one would be. My third one
I've been listening to, like,
Kevin
Awkwafina.
Hart.
She's good. Oh, yes. Kevin Hart.
Wait, no, probably not
I don't
Kevin
know how
Hart.
I feel about Kevin Hart. I like his comedy, but
no.
like he's not up there.
Well,
I
I
think
mean,
I
I
liked
don't
him
know
more
that.
as
I
an
don't know
actor
that.
than a
Well, I don't know
he's
that
more of
his-
an actor.
Yeah,
I don't.
than
Well,
actor
the
than
reason
like
I
a
say that is
comedian.
because like I don't know that his comedy is my comedy, like my favorite comedy, but he is a stand-up comedy like powerhouse. Like,
Yeah.
you can't deny that.
Eddie Murphy's good.
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
I think Eddie Murphy's voice makes
Eddie
anything
Murphy.
funny.
Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
He's a very comedic voice.
Eliza Schlesinger is hysterical too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who are the
she's
like?
funny.
Who are your favorite like comedian YouTubers?
Hassan Minhaj.
Yeah.
His stand-up's
yeah.
hysterical.
Who are your favorite like
Ooh.
comedian YouTubers? Like YouTubers that like specialize in making skits.
I love Smosh.
I
know
love-
I'm
I
kind of
miss
in the
old
minority now.
Smosh.
I miss old Smosh too, but I like.
It's still I like their stand up.
I
like
like-
their
I-
Smosh laughs or whatever
yeah,
it's called.
there's Smosh Pit and Try Not to Laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Smosh Pit more than I do the regular
I
Smosh
think
channel.
Shane is the funniest like Smosh person now that
Shane-
Anthony Padilla is gone.
I like Shane a lot. I think Shane and Damien. I love that. Like even.
I like
even,
their dynamic with
Yeah,
each other.
even Shane and Damien make fun of the fact that they are like the new Anthony Padilla and Ian Hugh Cox. They're like, we're just replacing.
Have
that.
you seen their like news thing? They'll give each other like it is my favorite segment on any Smosh series.
I don't think
They'll
so.
give each other like fake news reports to
Yeah.
report, and they get progressively ridiculous.
I don't think
I'll
I've
have to
seen
find
that.
it. I'll have to show
Yeah,
it
if
to
you
you.
find
It
it,
is
send
That
it to
sounds
me.
like a good
funniest thing
SNL
I've
thing
ever
that they
seen.
could do.
Mhm.
Because I have to show them to you because I think they've stopped doing it now. But they would do like
They would-
they'd be like standing up there as like real news reporters, and they'd read the like
Yeah.
the teleprompter, and it'd be like, some man got stuck inside of a super soaker.
Oh, jeez. Ouch. Yeah, that is a good skill.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen that, but anyway.
We're a comedy. Back to theater.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've
Anyways.
only got like
We'll
15 minutes left.
Yeah, we'll
Eh.
finish this off with one more theater topic. So, what would you guys say, like, is something you've, like, learned from taking theater? Because I've never taken theater. So,
The big lesson of theater.
yeah,
for
what do you guys, like, take away from it? Like, when you leave, what are you hoping to, like, take with you?
Well, for me, just like an opportunity to get some energy out. Like that's my main thing with the class.
Yeah.
Because like it is a very physical. It's a surprisingly physical class. But like I'm gonna admit, like I think the
It's puddles.
Oh.
Sorry, continue.
no. I think the Sorry, I blanked before you even
okay.
before there was even.
I'm
an
still trying to
interruption, I
think
blanked.
of, like, the ultimate lesson.
I
of
think it
theater.
definitely like gives me an opportunity to teach myself to compose myself, if that makes sense. Because like
Yeah.
I have trouble sitting still. Like I have trouble standing still too, just because
Oh,
I'm
me
a
too.
kinetic
I
person.
think
I'm not
most
like a
theater kids
tactile
got, like-
person. Like I'm not like a feel and touch everything kind of
Yeah.
person, but I am like a kinetic person. Like I learn best and do things best by moving around and doing them physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So theater definitely helps
good
me
takeaway.
to learn to like do that, but refine it and bring it in, if that makes sense.
That's
that it's like
true.
you're actually doing it for a purpose because you're acting, you're portraying a character. So it's not just senseless movements and running around. It's you're moving, but you're moving for specific reasons. In
Yeah.
specific
See,
ways.
when I was a kid, I would like act out like with my toys because I was a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what I always appreciated, since I've never like focused on myself very much, I found it's very like easy for me to be someone else.
Yeah,
I
that's
find
like
it
one of
really
the
That's a
big
part of it.
things.
Yeah, I
that
was gonna say,
people
that's a
say.
part of it
people,
too.
Yeah.
I think I find that a lot of people who are very like sure of themselves find it really hard to even act like someone else, like even
Yeah.
slightly different people.
I think
Well, I was
use
gonna say
that
I
for
would
the most
I would
part.
say I'm relatively sure of myself. I'm not the most sure of
Yeah.
myself, but
Yeah.
I'd say I'm relatively sure of myself. But that said, I still have fun playing
Yeah.
different characters.
I think you learn a
Like-
lot from putting yourself in someone else's shoes. I
Yeah,
think
agreed.
that's probably
and as I
like
said,
one of my
I have a
favorite
lot of
parts.
fun doing that. Like,
It's like-
I think I'm a perfectly fine person. However,
Yeah.
I think it's so fun to be able to be not me because I am
yes,
me
exactly.
so much. So it's like I
yeah.
am me so much that it's fun to pretend to not be me. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I like playing characters that are like the
yeah.
complete opposite of my personality because it like
Oh,
it
me too.
challenges
Me
you
too.
and it also like have like. It
I mean, think
helps
of my
you
one-act
learn.
characters. My
Yeah,
one-act characters
they
are
were-
both the exact
because
opposite
I
of who I
have
am.
like
One of them was just, a complete and total jerk, and the other one was very angsty and broody, which I
Right.
am not.
Right.
I think I can play those characters,
Yeah.
but like I just don't have as much fun playing those characters
that's
because it's
true.
like, oh, that's similar to me. I want to play characters that are very different from who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, if I were to do like acting or voice acting, I think I have the ability to like be someone else entirely. Like I could like totally switch off my own personality and just
Right.
like become someone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And which I think would help me if I did do that. But what I lack is I think I like the like technical skills, which is
Yeah.
something I could gain.
Yeah, that's something that it takes practice. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest though, I like a lot of
like
things that they say.
projecting. Or
Yeah, and
changing
that's something
the
you
tone
learn.
of my
I
voice.
do think though that like a lot of it really, like you don't have to have professional, like you don't have to have training in order to be a good actor. There are some people who just have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And I have no
mean,
idea. I
think
haven't really
I think
tried.
Timothy Chalamet is a good example of that. Like
Yeah.
he went to a performing arts high school, but he never went to college. Like he went to a performing arts high school. That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So he studied theater, of course, in high school, but that is literally the only technical. He has
Yeah.
that
Sometimes you
knack
can
for
just
acting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's enough to get people in the door, and then they just learn as they go.
Yeah.
What's
And I
some-
honestly think that I prefer actors, whether it's on stage or on screen, that are like that, where they didn't get formal education. Because I think I talked about this with Ava once. Maybe I don't know if it was on podcast
I think it was
or
off.
Yeah, I think it was off podcast. But I think that when actors, I'm not saying this to like badmouth formal acting education. I think it's great, but I will say that actors who have had formal education, they always have a certain air about how they play characters.
Yeah.
Like Adam Driver, every single performance of his, I think he does a great job, but I always
They get
go,
stuck in a typecast.
but he I don't know that it's a typecast per se, but like he very much has a very methodic way of playing his characters. Even
Yeah.
when they're different characters, you can just tell by the way he plays them that he has a very methodic way of going about getting into this character and becoming this character. And so it's just one of those things where it creates a similarity, if that makes sense. Like there's just that parallel. It's like
Yeah.
I can tell that he just is preparing the same way for each of these different characters, and he's doing a great job. It's just something about the
you just
characters
wanna-
feels the same because you've had that formal education, so you're approaching each character the same.
Right.
Whereas actors who haven't had that education are like, I'm just gonna do what I do, I'll get into it, I'll have fun, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
And I prefer that because for me,
Because
it
then
usually
your
ends up
creativity
feeling...
kind of comes out a
Yeah,
little
it
bit
ends
more.
up, for me, it seems
Yeah.
to end up more creative and more free-flowing.
Definitely.
It seems more natural,
Yes.
which I just prefer to watch. And as I said, I'm not bad-mouthing acting education. I think there are some great actors who are well-educated. I mean, Anthony Mackie, I think, went to Juilliard as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Juilliard?
And he's or what was it? I don't know if
Dang.
Adam Driver went to Juilliard, but I think Anthony Mackie did. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
personally, for me, as far as, like, acting goes, I'm not a big, like, I think if I had to, like, learn a section of acting, I'd rather, like, learn voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like the, like, art of changing your voice to portray a story entirely just without, like,
Yep.
visuals.
So Adam Driver went to Juilliard. Sorry. And
Sorry.
No. Go ahead. I
Yeah.
interrupted you.
No, it's okay. That's pretty much my whole point.
Yep,
Like,
and
I like
then-
the
and
idea of,
then-
like, portraying something
That
without
is a
being able
good
to see.
idea.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie also went to Juilliard. So as I said, like those two are, I think, are good actors, and I think they do a great job. It's just when I watch them do their roles,
It's like they
sort
do
of,
it the same way. and
well,
not-
it's not like it's not
They
that they're
have a
doing.
feel about
They
their
have a feel
characters.
about their character because they, as I said, they have a very they've been taught the
formal way.
the formal way of getting into character and creating characters. So even the characters are very different, and you can tell, oh, they're doing a really good job of playing different types of characters.
Yeah.
There's just, for me, there's just a similar air about it that makes me go, okay, I think they used a very similar process. Whereas there are lots of
Yeah.
untrained actors who are like, I'm just going to go out there,
Wing it.
see what I can do,
Yeah. You really,
listen to what the director says, learn as I go, and that just for me
Yeah.
feels more natural, and it's always, I think, successful.
Yeah. You learn a
When
lot
you have
from
when you
theater.
have an actor who's doing
Period.
that well.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some actors who are like, I'm going to wing it and don't take it seriously,
Mm-hmm.
but there are lots of actors who do that and do take it seriously and learn as they go and do that well.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is like to finish this off? What do you guys each think is so special about theater?
The environment, I think.
I mean, it's one of the oldest professions in the world.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I think it is one of those things where, like, it is, and I mean, now movies, but even theater was
Yeah.
a way for people to have their imagination displayed while also still using their imagination.
And I
that's
guess,
what's
like-
cool to theater about, or to me
Yeah.
about theater, is that the theater doesn't have the technical prowess that movies do, because movies can do everything for you now, especially with CGI and all of that.
Yeah.
Whereas theater
You have to build
can't.
sets.
Yeah.
You have sets and you have strings and a lot of it's visible.
Yeah.
But by getting you started with a creative story or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, it sort of opens up your brain to create the rest of the picture however you want to. And that's just cool to me because it's
Yeah.
almost like a writing prompt, right?
Yeah.
Only it's
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is cool about
It's
theater.
such a unique form of entertainment. I think that's probably one of my favorite things. Like
Yeah.
the environment and I guess kind of how you learn it too. Like especially in high school, like the
Right,
people that
right.
do it. I feel like anybody can kind of do theater. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
anybody who's
If-
willing to work at it, I think,
yeah,
can do it.
I feel like it's very inclusive and it's just a like unique thing to be a part of. And I feel like when you're in the audience, you're kind of a part of it too. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
one of the things that I like about it. Like especially seeing Broadway shows and stuff like that, you're kind of a part of the action, and I think that
Yeah.
that's like a very unique, I don't know,
I think-
concept.
For me, this
For
is going
me,
to sound like a
yeah.
very me response, but I like the artistry of
Yes.
theater.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I like
absolutely.
they can take such like a limited space. They can take such a limited
Oh, right, and
cast
tell a story
and
with
create an
it.
entire
Yeah,
story.
exactly.
Like,
And as I said, that's what's cool to me is
like the
tying into
Lion
the whole,
King, where
yeah.
they used all of those puppets combined with like physical
exactly,
actors.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
like
I think
that,
that's incredible.
yeah, that's a perfect
Mm-hmm.
example of like what I was talking about. Because as I said, it's like the stage is limited in what it can do.
Yeah.
But the way they do it technically allows you to fill in the rest of it with your imagination, and that makes it just so awesome to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for animation,
Mm-hmm.
I don't CGI never impresses me anymore. Like
Right.
computer generated
Yeah, because
animation.
people overuse it. I
yeah,
think.
it doesn't
in movies.
impress me anymore, and I'm like, oh, it's a good CGI monster. Yay! There's like 600 million of these.
These,
But when
yeah.
you see like a good set transformation in a
You're like,
play,
whoa.
you're like, that's awesome.
Because, you
like
know-
the
you know-
rotating stage in Hamilton.
Hamilton,
Yeah,
you know
that
the
was
time
smart.
and the effort and the work that went into creating that and,
And
engineering that
coordinating
and
it.
coordinating it and directing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're one of the only mediums that still use dance to tell stories. Because, like,
Yeah.
theater, especially in musicals, a lot of things is spoken or said through the songs.
Right.
But a lot of, like, the oomph would be missing without the choreography.
Yeah, agreed,
Yeah.
agreed.
That's true. Yeah.
I think a lot of the
That's true.
spectacle would be gone without the dance choreography.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Because if everyone just stood still and monologued the whole time,
Right.
That would
it would
be
I mean,
lose
there
a
are.
lot
I
of
don't.
it.
Yeah, I was
pizzazz.
gonna say plays themselves don't
But it's
have
usually intentional.
much dancing, but again, they use movements and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the musicals, as I said, do really go all in with the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
theater is special.
Yes.
Yes.
Theater
so is
kids,
Lin-Manuel.
thank you.
Yes, even though half of our episode has not been about
Lin-Manuel.
theater, but it's
We
fine.
kind of
It's
went
been
off
about,
topic.
It's been about subsets
but
of
it's
theater. I mean, we're very on brand. We're very on brand.
Exactly.
But yes, thank you so much, Cameron.
Yes,
for
you're
joining
welcome.
our second
Thank
episode.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Case
you.
in
Hope you had
point,
fun.
Theater special. Period. Join
Yes.
theater. Also, Chasby's single. And yeah.
This is turning into like a
This
like a
is also
Tinder
promotion.
advertising.
No, this is not what this is meant to be.
That's We'll
Anyway,
talk about
thank
the
you
end.
guys.
Yeah, thanks.
It was
Also,
about homecoming
Woo.
too. It's not even
It
about
was-
dating.
Yes.
It was about a lot of things.
thank you
We went
guys,
off
and we'll
topic.
see you guys.
Moral of the
next
story:
time.
I will dance with anybody. That is what we
Yes,
should take
that's
away.
it.
That is
That's
what we
the
should take away.
Chasby
Thank
Not
you.
that I'm
dance
into
with
date
anyone.
people, but I will dance with anybody.
Period.
Okay.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.